I'd like to say welcome, whatever you're doing, and however the case may be. Like the name with me, Chris be well, and I like to say welcome to the people of Liberia. I like to say welcome to our regular listeners and follower fans and friends out there. Yeah, however the case may be like, and however you are doing tonight. Yeah, this Saturday night, I like to say welcome. Don't you go away. Let's have a very great and beautiful time together. We are indeed here tonight, and you know, we're here to discuss what is happening in Liberia, Nigeria, and our one global village. And mostly, when it comes to our radio, listeners, they are in Nigeria County, but we have, online platform that people follow for any part of Liberia. Yeah, indeed. And we have the Facebook platform. We are live on YouTube. While we await our panelists, are gonna be, we're gonna be looking at something very important. I want for us to listen to it, critically, peacefully. Yesterday argument is it was like confusing. While we say uh, we talk about we were arguing about Liberia being it was built on a Christian principle. While every one of us know that it's not a Christian nation. Yes, but we, some of our colleagues and panelists, we are getting it like mixed up. The Bible says don't kill, but people who lead the children of Christ kill. The Bible says don't lie. Yeah, I who preach all the time win so many souls. Like in denying Jesus Christ, if you deny that simply means you lie. But that does not change the behavior that Peter was baptized by Jesus, and Peter said, I am for Jesus. So you see what happened? If you are a crown man, you crown man. Anywhere you go, any place you go, or you even change color using the cream, or you change your way of speaking, no other than Dali, you are crown man. Nothing can change you that you are crown man. So that is the root. So the root of Liberia, as some of us were saying, and we will keep saying, Liberia were built on Christian principles. So I like to say, welcome. We discussed it yesterday. Other people say, hey, Liberia were built on Christian principles. The Liberia is a Christian nation. No, this is a different argument. Liberia is a secular nation. But where Liberia came from before it became a secular nation, our brothers and sisters who came from the diaspora, who came from the slavery home, the free slave, they came with the mentality of Christianity. But after when it came, other people started to join them, and different people came with different religions. If you are a Muslim, you still have your right and a responsibility. So that's how it was like. So If somebody will say Liberia was not built, it's not because Liberia was built on a Christian principle, have to behave like a Christian. No, it's not a Christian nation. It's a secular nation where we have different culture and religion. That's his number one. So we need to understand that Liberia, with the root of Liberia started with Christ. Why? Our brothers and sisters that came, they came with Christianity. And even before the declaration of Liberia of independence was signed, it was signed in the President Baptist. And moreover today, that was named after James Monroe, the president of the United States of America, but before then called Crystal Palace. The Crystal Palace is it mean in the simple language, the city of Christ. The city of Christ. There's no debate on that. If you look at the history, so I just want, while we are with the other panelists tonight on the platform, here today is Saturday, and you know, Saturday is one of the important days. And so far, so good. A resting day. So we have to work very, very hard here to see how best we can listen to all of our listeners. So let's see whether we can play you this, and when we come back, we open the phone lines and see what will be your takes on what we are talking about.
Archie right. Playing Alex Diulu. Producer correct. All tonight we beg to this day. I beg to the people. If it's not correct, we go talk them so. From night.
Hello.
She go say,
We would like to say good evening and a pleasant, beautiful welcome to our regular listeners out there. This is Alberto D4. Alberto D4 is your regular, a premier show that, open the minds of Liberian, Nigerians, and those of you who follow us online, social media, on YouTube. This is how we do it here. So quickly, let's go over to let's see, Mr. Nebo just walked away, but however, we are with him. So I'd like to say good evening and welcome. Today is, the weekend edition of the program, the Abel D4. And yesterday was Diwali. And I think we are all together, but the fact that we need to discuss the issue. So when we speak to Mr. Nebo, as I said earlier, we are going to play you a little thing, give you the background where we came from. And when our panelists come over, we're going to about now. I have with me Mr. One of the educators, the brain behind Alberto D4. You know the reason we laugh when I'm on the show? I like the way they talk. No papi then they are Congo papi then. So when they talk, hey, just make me like get my father, the late William K. there say, Cranes, can you come here? And you looking at me? As I was always laughing. So that's what I love when Mr. George H. Nubo and Christopher J. Nippe, when they are talking, I just laughing. People say the guy laughing. Yes, of course, because they are my fathers and I like the way they talk. They take their own time. They don't conquer with the believer. So let's go to Mr. George H. Nimbo to greet his people. And Mr. Numbo, I'd like to say good evening and welcome. It was so great, and I'm so pleased that we are counted among the living, and again, we are on the platform. So I'd like to say welcome, and it's over to you. Greet your people.
Yes. Good evening. Chris. Good evening, listeners. Good evening, Dredru. Good evening, Liberia. Good evening, USA. I always say we are back and we'll be at it today. We'll give you the best. Thank you. So
Okay,
so
okay,
what
okay. My father. I'd like to say thanks so much. Thanks so much for joining us. 100% appreciate you for being part of the platform. And more blessing for you. And we always need your education. So before while we are with the other colors, I wanted for all to listen to something when it comes to the debate between, we they have a lot of topics. Our panelists are coming, but if we are here today, it's weekend. Let's have a fun. Let's just do recap of what we've been talking about. So let's recap the one we were talking about yesterday when it comes to I wish my father going to be here. Not my partner, but my father. Yes. And even though Mr. Nuvo is also my father, but the fact that I agree with him, anything he say, but we have to work together to make our people to understand. So let's see what we can listen to something that have to do with the debate. Yes, when it comes to yesterday. Let's just play this. I beg you, please. Yeah, bear me a little patient. Let's play this and listen to it while we await the other panelists. But Mr. Nemo, I think if there's anything you're going to take control, but after this, I'm going to turn the gavel over to you so we can have the conversation in here. For me, I have a lot of things to talk about, and I have topic. Yes, because I was born to provide education for our people. Yes, so indeed, and all of you are educators, especially for you, and somebody say yes. So let's listen to the one quickly. Let's listen to this one when we come back. We're going to be talking on both sides, but please carefully listen. What we are saying, you know, this country, well, we came from so place and so place. Let's go there quickly.
The question of whether Liberia was built on Christian principles is a big topic of debate among Liberians. The short answer is, historically, yes, the founders heavily relied on Christian principles and identity, but legally and constitutionally today, Liberia is a secular state with freedom for all religions. To understand why people say this, and where the confusion lies, it helps to look at both sides of the history. 1. Why people say it's true, the historical background. The Liberians who argue that the nation was built on Christian principles have strong historical facts on
What's going on now? No sound.
Mr. Nubo, you were saying something.
No, I said no sound. No sound.
No sound?
Yes. Anything.
Oh, okay. Let's see what. Well, let's see. Let's see. Sorry for that.
If someone says Liberia is legally a Christian state today,
Are you
that
getting
is
something?
incorrect. By law, modern Liberia is a nation for all, Christians, Muslims, and traditionalists alike, built on the principle of religious freedom.
So we like since you are not getting something, the argument based on both party. Why you are saying Liberia it was not built on the Christian principle, and why we say so. I don't want that for all the listeners because this is weekend, so we have to do recap and all of the things we've been talking about. I just wanted for all to be looking at them bit by bit. When we come back, we look at this one, then we go over because I think that was the beginning of the week when we talked about the Ministry of Education also talk about giving lesson to teachers. Yeah, and that's one of the things again we're gonna look at. And if you have a new topic, we're going to look at it. And the same week, we also talk about, Samuel Tower issue, the former, finance minister of the Republic of Liberia. We talk about that. So it's just like what I always do on my show is every Friday I do a recap of what I've been talking about from the beginning of the week, which is Monday to, Thursday. And we look at that. So I think now, since we are not getting it, let me play it over. We listen to it quietly, and while we are with the other panelists and our listeners, then later on when we come back, we go over. I don't know how you look at it, or you have something else to talk about. About.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So folks, keep listening. Don't you go away. Let's have the argument straight up right here. This is let's get it straight. Let's get it straight. And Mr. Nubo is one of the people too who can make people to be bobo because Mr. Nubo on the show. I think that was day before yesterday when he made Archie, Mr. Wright bobo on the show, and Mr. Wright went, and also again he made my father phone to went up. Yeah, even though he is my father, but he made my partner and also my father. Mr. Nipe phone went up. Yeah, go, and we heard that we were like shocked. What is happening? And today you can't make anybody phone to go up like that. 11. So let's try to get it straight here. After we play this, it's going to be speaking about two of both of us when it comes to who is right or who not right and how we can handle it. Let's get it over.
The question of whether Liberia was built on Christian principles is a big topic of debate among Liberians.
Are you getting me?
The short answer is, historically, yes, the founders heavily relied on Christian principles and identity, but legally and constitutionally today, Liberia is a secular state with freedom for all religions. To understand why people say this, and where the confusion lies, it helps to look at both sides of the history. 1. Why people say it's true, the historical background. The Liberians who argue that the nation was built on Christian principles have strong historical facts on their side. When the Americo-Liberian settlers freed slaves from the United States arrived in the early 1800s, Christianity was central to their identity and governance. The Declaration of Independence. In 1847, when the 11 founding fathers signed Liberia's Declaration of Independence, they did so inside the Providence Baptist Church in Monrovia. The document itself heavily credits God, the great arbiter of human events, for their freedom. The original capital name, before it was named Monrovia, after U.S. President James Monroe, the capital city was originally named Christopolis, which means City of Christ. National holidays, traditions like National Fast and Prayer Day, celebrated every April, were established early on, directly reflecting Christian practices of national prayer. The 1847 Constitution. While the original 1847 Constitution protected freedom of conscience, it explicitly mentioned protecting sects of Christians, showing that the early lawmakers viewed the nation through a Christian lens. 2. Why it is not a Christian nation today, the legal reality. While the history is deeply rooted in Christianity, Liberia's laws evolved to ensure that the country belongs equally to all its citizens, regardless of their faith. The 1986 Constitution. This is the current law of the land, and it changed the language from the old 1847 version. Article 14 of the 1986 Constitution strictly states that Liberia is a secular state, a government neutral on religion. Article 14 states, consistent with the principle of separation of religion and state, the Republic shall establish no state religion. Inclusivity of indigenous and Muslim populations. When Liberia was founded, the settlers made up only a small percentage of the population. The vast majority of the people already living on the land practiced traditional African religions, or Islam, especially groups like the Mandingo and Vai. Over time, the government recognized that to have a unified country, the state could not favor one group's religion over another. Religious demographics. Today, Liberia is roughly 85% Christian and 12% Muslim, with others practicing traditional beliefs. Despite Christians being the majority, the law treats everyone equally. Summary: the balance. So when a fellow Liberian tells you the country was built on Christian principles, they are historically correct about who started the republic and the values that they used to build it. However, if someone says Liberia is legally a Christian state today, that is incorrect. By law, modern Liberia is a nation for all, Christians, Muslims, and traditionalists alike, built on the principle of religious freedom.
Good. 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 So, let's go over to the founding fathers that we talk about. A certain the both are clear. So let's go to the founding fathers that he's talking about. Who are those? And when it comes to the Constitution, who are those? And how many counties we were having in Liberia? Let's go over there.
The 11 founding fathers who signed the Liberian Declaration of Independence on July 26, 1847, were elected delegates representing the 3 original counties of the Commonwealth of Liberia. A great way to remember them is that the 11 stripes on the Liberian flag were explicitly chosen to honor these 11 men. Here they are, organized by the county they represented at the Constitutional Convention inside the Providence Baptist Church. 1. Montserrado County, 6 delegates. Because it was the most populated county at the time, Montserrado had the largest number of representatives. Samuel Benedict. He served as the president of the Constitutional Convention and later became Liberia's first Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Hilary Teague, a brilliant journalist, businessman, and orator. He is widely credited as the primary author who actually wrote the words of the Declaration of Independence. Elijah Johnson, a famous early pioneer, defender, and leader in the colony. John Naustahlau Lewis, a prominent official who served as a general in the early Liberian military. Beverly R. Wilson, a well-known minister and elder in the Methodist Church who later served in the legislature. John B. Grippon, a legal mind and merchant who helped shape the framework of the new republic. 2. Grand Bassa County, 4 delegates. John Day, a deeply religious man, missionary, and educator. He later became the 2nd Chief Justice of Liberia. Amos Herring, a Presbyterian minister who later served as a government official and a major religious leader in the country. Anthony W. Gardner, the youngest delegate at the convention. He would later rise to political prominence and serve as the 9th president of Liberia from 1878 to 1883. Ephraim Titler, a licensed Presbyterian preacher and educator who worked closely with indigenous communities. 3. Sino County, 1 delegate. Richard E. Murray. Sinoe was the newest and least populated of the 3 original counties at the time, so Murray was their lone representative to sign the historic document. Historical note on the 12th man. If you look at the physical document, you will actually see a 12th name at the bottom, Jacob W. Prout. However, Prout was not an elected delegate or a founding father. He was officially hired as the secretary of the convention. He signed the document to certify it, but the 11 stripes on the flag remain dedicated solely to the 11 voting delegates listed above.
Oh yes, indeed, that is great. If somebody critically and peacefully listen to what we just play, you're gonna understand where some of us are coming from. When it comes to the ARCHIE, I will tell you that every one of us on the same travel, there is little thing missing. So let's go over to Mr. George H. Numbo. You listen to the what we just play when it comes to reading the history, just a bit of the history of Liberia. What you have to say, like yes, then we turn the table.
Well, he please mute yourself.
Okay.
Okay, he did not say anything new. I mean, we know the 11 stripes for the 11 delegates. And even what he didn't mention is the three colors, red, white, and blue, represent the three original counties. Maybe he forgot that. And there was a name. I mean, it's like a stranger come in Israel. Let's say I come to Israel. Because I'm so powerful, I said, I changing the name. You know what's her name? We the group we call Truba. That was the name. And they came, instead of using the name, they changed the name. They came with armed robbery. The first armed robbery in the country. Was conducted when they came. When they had Stockton had the pistol at the head of computer. I guess they named the man too. they named the man. So you use this Christian enter your house and tell you sign a document or I will blow your brains up. Is that Christianity? Is it something we should be proud of? I said it last night. Where I am, you cannot go to public school and you pray. You cannot pray. You cannot sing songs from the hymn. But that is public school. Separate. When we are saying these things here, we know what we're talking about. We know where Africa was before the whole Christianity thing came. Hajj on December 25th. It came from Egypt. They had this they were saying that there was some heathen celebration, and undercover, I was in December, and undercover, the Christians were celebrating the birth of Jesus. Undercover. And then later on, they elevated it. When it further, it was saved. Because the Romans were staying or controlling say the word. From Rome to Turkey to the Middle East to Egypt to Tunisia, Algeria, They were under Roman control. And everything that is black, they took it out of the Bible. They took it out of the Bible. And that's why I was saying last night that it had 3 African popes. Well, you don't hear about them because they came from Africa. They came from Africa. Eh? One of the popes, rarity picture. And why you see all around or say like Jesus Christ picture. Jesus was not looking at that. And they come, they say, or they cause him, and it means him or cause, and it means that all the black people are caused. That's the Bible they use. King Leopold, when they were in Congo, the 2 Congos, Congo Leopoldville and Congo Brazzaville. A lady brought somebody to life, a dead person. And they asked the lady, how did she do it? Say, I use my talent. And the lady was executed because the lady did not say, that Jesus made me do it or God made me. So I mean, some of these things. Okay, mute yourself. Some of these things, that's why we know it, but then that's why sometimes we become very bitter. We become very bitter. Solomon was not white. Samson, the strong man, he was not white. David was not white. He was not white. So it's a long topic, and we cannot just say, Liberia was built principles, and then forget all these things that are going on. If the country were built on Christian principle, why are we having all these problems here? Right now, you can't put cell phone in your back pocket, and walk the street of not only Monrovia, everywhere. Everywhere. Okay. All right, go ahead. Myself. We do not hear you.
Okay, thank you. For me tonight, as we await the co-host, I always look at it because I have a program called the Service Hour in another world called Clear Your Throat and Speak Your Mind, and the program comes your way from Monday to Friday. And Friday we do recap of what we talk about and allow our listeners and follower we discuss it together. So I just decided to say no. Since while we are waiting the co-host, let's recap. We talk about the Ministry of Education. Yeah, that they are giving lesson They said they giving lesson or they will start to get lesson to teach us. That's just number one. We also talk about Samuel, toward the former finance minister, and we talk about the Liberia were built on the Christian principle. So we just try to, recap. So let's go over to our father and one of the professor and educator on the platform. He just entering. Let me work on him on the platform. Good evening and welcome, Mr. Christopher J. Nipe. Welcome to the platform.
Thank you, Chris, to you and this Josh Nubo, whom I had laughing just a moment ago, and to all our invaluable listeners, both in the TV world and on the radio, through the magic of your own fingers. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. You are most welcome. You just met us, and we were talking about yesterday topic to just FSR only, and I can tell you as a young man, if you carry me up, you bring me down. I will tell the people, and even when you look at the history, will tell you that Liberia were built on the Christian principle. Besides that, Liberia is not a Christian nation, but it was built on the Christian principle. So that one is the root. And I gave an example yesterday when we were closing. If you are Geo man, you Geo man. Anywhere you go, if you black, you black. Whether you use cream, you put yourself in a machine, you are black. That is the root. So when it comes to the foundation today, like become a country that is secular nation, even though it's not a Christian nation, but from the beginning and before then, Liberia, those who came to build Liberia, is a Christian nation. If you look at the history, it's not something that you're going to deny. It's not law. So that's why we just play the recap of it. So I just want for all to end on it. We are not, for me, I am not saying Liberia is not a secular nation, but I am saying Liberia was built, the root of Liberia is the Christian principle. So that what Mr. Nevo was saying is not about where Christian Benin came from or whether people are beating people are stealing. No, the Bible says nobody must steal. Why God throw devil down? And why God throw devil down to the least people? All these kind of things. But Liberia was built the root Liberia. So Mr. Nipe, let's get to you and finalize it. We go over to the lesson aspect when it comes to teachers in Liberia. Or if you have a different topic, then you can come up with it. We go over while we are waiting.
Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you so much. This is a non-debatable question. Is Liberia based on Christian principle, Christian foundation, built by Christians? It is a non-debatable question. The facts are there. We are a secular nation because of the question of what do we do with our brothers and sisters who are of different denomination, our brothers and sisters who father are Bodios, our brothers and sisters who parents are non-Christian. What do we do with these people? And the answer therein comes a secular nation. I referred them yesterday to the 1847 Constitution. They did not go there. They did not go there because the answer is right in that Constitution. And before you do anything, you have to preface before you, even a lawyer, they do their introduction. When you open the 1847 Constitution, the preamble is right there. And it says in Article 1, the Declaration of Independence or Declaration of Rights or what have you. And I'm saying here why the Christian principle is a subject of historical debate. Liberia is unarguably founded or was founded by Christians or on Christian foundation by its founders who were Christian, who integrated this faith, Christianity, into the foundational documents. It is in the document. It is there. I go for A. The 1847 Constitution did not legally establish a Christian state. They did not establish a state religion. But, however, Christianity dominantly influenced our culture, government, and identity. And I go far to say there are many Christian churches and institutions than other religious institutions. What did the founders do in that 1847 document? In the preamble, the intent of the Constitution, the preamble spells out the intent why this document is being written. In the preamble, it says, national document, say, I said our 1847 Constitution preamble. The text concisely says, the founders acknowledge their devout gratitude, expressing the goodness of God. But I don't get to use God like that. I always put the Almighty God, for granting to them the blessing of the Christian religion. It is in that preamble of 1847. There is no argument about that. Political, religious, and civic liberty contingent on what? Christian principles. Declaring the Declaration of Sovereignty sign was done in the Providence Baptist Church. It states that the country churches bear testimony to
Mr. Nimbo, can I hold you there a little bit, please? Mr. Nippes, sorry.
Go
Mr.
ahead,
Nippes, can I hold you there?
my son.
Can I hold you there, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. Let's listen to what you just talked. I don't want people to say that you're saying it. Let's listen to it from the Constitution, please.
The 1847 Constitution.
Yes.
Of the Republic
Good.
of Liberia.
Good.
Acknowledging our devout gratitude.
Let's get it over.
The Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, read by Joshua Kennedy. Preamble. We the people of the Republic of Liberia, acknowledging our devout gratitude to God for our existence and relying on his divine guidance for our survival as a nation, realizing from many experiences during the course of our national existence, which culminated in the revolution of April 12, 1980, when our Constitution of July 26, 1847 was suspended, that all of our people, irrespective of history, tradition, creed, or ethnic background out of one common body politics, exercising our natural, inherent, and inalienable right to establish a framework of government for the purpose of promoting unity, liberty, peace, stability, equality, justice, and human rights under the rule of law, with no opportunity for political, social, moral, spiritual, and cultural advancement of our society for ourselves and for our posterity, and having resolved to live in harmony, to practice fraternal love, to tolerance and understanding as a people, and being fully mindful of our obligation to promote African unity and international peace and cooperation, do hereby solemnly make, establish, proclaim, and publish this Constitution for the governance of the Republic of Liberia. Chapter 1.
Good. Let's just hold it right there. Let's just hold it right there. You can continue now, because I wanted for all to reflect that. Now, I don't want our listeners or somebody must say that Mr. Nipe was saying. Yes. So let go over to you.
And the purpose was for them, and their desire was to spread the light of Christianity. It's right in the Constitution 1847 across the African continent. So Liberia practices or operates as a de facto Christian state. Accordingly, therefore, national holidays, governance, styles were deeply intertwined with these characters. And I go further to come to the January 6, 1986 Constitution, just as the readers just read. The January Constitution of 86 explicitly declared Liberia as a secular state. And this is where the conflict is coming from. If John Doe became president tomorrow and have another fourth republic, he could ask for the Constitution to be rewritten. Am I there to include that clause, the previous clause? And why do I say that? Educational people and religious people from the background of Methodists, Protestants, were of the opinion that 1847 clause should be written there. President Sirleaf came up and said, let us just keep it as it is. And so we cannot reinvent the wheel. And so nobody can tell me or tell anybody that Liberia was not founded on Christian principle. People steal.
Okay, that can we hold you there? Yes. Or you say have something to say about it before we go over?
Yeah, let me finish.
Okay, that you can finish. Thank you.
Separation of the church and the state. You hear the church and the state. It symbolizes, it points to, it tells us that church means Christianity. Church does not mean anything beside the word Christianity. It's made possible so that we can have two legs. The church walking one side as the conscience of the state, and the state walking on the other leg. And the reason is simple. Most of the people that are appointed by government go to church. So that why when the reverend gets ready, blast them because he has a lesson to tell and say, look, you killed people yesterday. It does not negate the fact that we are not founded on Christian principle. I went as far as looking at the CIA document. And it states that Liberia was the preamble of the 1847 states. Liberia was built on Christian foundation. So our brothers on the other side, according to the CIA World Book, Fact Book, they have approximately 12%, 12.2%. They may be a little more. The people who practice Judaism and all could be around 3 to 6%. The majority of the people are Christianity. So when my dear brother says that because people are killing, people are following other people's wives, people are keeping themselves drunk, people are lying, people are stealing, those are innate characters of people. You have some big child children that don't steal. Does it mean to say their parents are Christian? They steal. It doesn't mean their parents are Christian. You have some Muslim children of Muslim background. They steal. They commit atrocities. Does it mean to say they are not of the Islamic faith? You have the jihadists. They do these inhumane things. Can we tell anybody say they are not Islam or their nation was not built on Islamic principle? No, you cannot tell them. So, bottom line, Liberia is not a Christian state, but it operates in the form, in the manner, in the shape, in the likeness of a Christian nation. Although what abrogates, what puts that Christianity out was the January 6, 1986 Constitution, so that we have a sense of parity, we have equality, we can be our brother's keeper. Nonetheless, the Holy Bible, I will say for the third and final time, the Holy Bible is present in all of our schools. On the right hand, the Islamic faith, the Holy Quran is also present in all Islamic institutions. So like you have a left foot and you have a right foot, and Liberia can thrive on that. We are not saying that Liberia is a Christian nation. No, it was founded, it was established. Everyone has a root. The root of this country called Liberia is based on Christianity. Jeholy Ashman, Lord Carey, Elias Eries, Elijah Carver, all of these people, including Joseph Jenkins Rabo and Thomas Buchanan and Charles D.B. King, all of our presidents have all the 20-something plus president, including the current one who is a Baptist deacon, are all Christians. That shows the shape, the kind, the structure, the behavior, all of the things that are connected to Christianity of the Republic of Liberia. So we are not saying that it's a Christian country. No, we're saying it was founded on the principle, and nobody can deny it. Right in the 18th. This is why I quickly pointed them to the 1847 so that you can close the argument. If the 50% are sat in Banga had decided to reintroduce that clause in the preamble, we will not be sitting down here and saying that they were not following on Christian principle. It is because they deleted that clause to form a union for the country to be united, for the country to be integrated, for the country to go forward in one act. So we say, let's move this Christian business there. Because some of us, our parents were Bodio. Some of our parents are Muslim. Some of our parents, they are non-Christian. They are not a Bodio, not Christian. So let's move this thing out of the place. And the consciousness of those people created the January 6, 1986 Constitution on the behest of President Samuel Kayan Doe. Otherwise, the 1847 Constitution preamble would have taken root. Constitution preamble would have taken root. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I don't hear you though.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry. As I was saying, we're going to change the flavor. We are here tonight to do the recap because the co-host is like it is very tight. It's on a weak aspect. Yeah, so so we're going to turn the gavel over to Mr. George H. Numbo to maintain the show tonight. But for me, anybody have a new topic, you can come on, we discuss it. But I wanted for all to recap. We talk about Samuel Tower, we talk about the lesson of teacher from the Ministry of Education, and we talk about this issue when it comes to Liberia were built on a Christian principle or not. And just as you drop Pole is the clear code, is cut the whole case. And what I've been saying that we are not saying that Liberia is a Christian nation, but our root, our area. Now, if you look at Moses aspect in the Bible, issue this that. Why are we circumcised as a Christian? And Abraham, Isaac. God told us. And that's why all Christians going back. So will you not say that is the root of Christianity? So we are saying Liberian were being, but Liberia is not a Christian nation, it's a secular nation due to our brothers and sisters that were here. We don't want to discriminate the thing. We don't want, because when we say Liberia is a Christian nation, we don't want Muslim here. We're not looking at the traditional activities. We're only going to focus on Christian activity. But somebody beating somebody, even in the Bible, David killed Uriah because of a woman. And God still, gave David the blessing. So let's go over to Mr. George A. Numbo. Mr. Numbo, you can take over for now, please. And, let's continue, please. I'm just a little boy. I try to maintain the flow until you guys come up. Thank you so much. And I'm here sitting at the back.
I like the way you put it.
Mr. Numbo, are you there? Mr. Numbo, the floor is yours. Yeah,
Yes,
again.
I'm here. You people, confusing. Who now? You talking about circumcision? Circumcision. Do you know where circumcision started from? It started from Egypt. It started from Egypt. Before it even made it in the Bible, it started from Egypt. so no, and I don't know when Mr. Nippy will bring this CIA preamble that say Liberia built on Christian principle. I
Until
want
you say CIA preamble, I'm talking about CIA naming the Islam religion in Liberia to be 12.2%.
no,
No. I told you the 1847. Before you left last night, I told you the 1847. When I commenced reading, I said 1847.
did not say Liberia was built on Christian principle. It didn't say it.
Oh.
If you have the version that say it, post it here.
Mr. Nubo.
Yes.
Mr. Nubo, let's get some clear understanding here.
Okay.
If you go to the preamble of the Republic of Liberia, it will tell you a lot of things. And when you come to Article 1, it will tell you, which I have in my pocket, I keep it in my back pocket. Everywhere I go, I carry the Constitution with me.
Okay.
Everywhere I go. Here is it here.
I believe it's in your.
I want you to look at it.
Okay, read it.
Here is it. All right. Here is the 1986 Constitution, what it says.
You are not showing.
You know, when you correct something, when you delete something, it does not mean you say the thing was not there. The thing was there, but you decided to delete it, to take it out. There is a reason. So now you're writing something, and you think the language you're using will be read in a different way. You try to take it out so that you can be properly understood. And that's why the people decided to take on that Christian principle thing there. I'm coming, give me a break.
Okay.
You know, I'm using my finger now, get like the little boy. I can see this thing and wear my glasses. Okay, here is what the preamble says. We, the people of the Republic of Liberia. Context matter. As in the same vein, if you go to the 1847, you will see what I'm trying to say here. Acknowledging our devout gratitude to God for our existence as a free, sovereign, and independent state. And independent state. And relying on the divine guidance for our survival as a nation. What is God? The word God is from Christianity. This 1986 preamble, even though it says it is a secular state, but it starts to cook the food by letting you know what kind of meat it got there or what kind of wood it cooking the food with. So when you go to the 1847 and you come to the January 6, 1986 Constitution, you still have the neatness of our devout gratitude to God for our existence as a free, sovereign, and independent state, and relying on the divine guidance. No other religion called the sovereign master as divine. This is language, this is context. Divine guidance by our survival as a nation. That structured sentence, even if you were to diagram it, the subject there is God. If you diagram it, the subject there is God. To whom are they giving credence? The God. And God is not, say, Hiroshima. Hiroshima is a different deity. But the people are saying to God. I'm giving glory to God. And when you speak that language, when that clause coming to God, you are talking as a Christian man. The converse is also true. When you are speaking, I give praises to Allah, the most compassionate. You are talking about Allah. You are talking as an Islamic scholar or an Islamic religious person or a follower of Islam, which in Liberia we say Muslim. Those who practice Islam are practicing Islam from the teaching of Muhammad, the Prophet, peace be to him, the Prophet Muhammad. So here we have a secular state. And it is enshrined in the whole in the Constitution. So let us not be ambiguous. Let us not detach ourselves from God. Let us give quality obedience to Almighty God. Because in the Constitution, the Lami wrote it of January 6, 1986, the clause in the, and I read it from the 1847 so we can understand. So our listener can understand. It says, expressing the goodness of Almighty God for granting to them, I put it in my own words, the blessings of Christian religion. That is the foundation. So if a man be a husband on a 6-inch black and he tell you say they will be on 6-inch black, you say no. It will not be on 6-inch black. So that is the preamble there.
Well, I will not agree, and my partner is not here, but he will not agree. You stated that it's stated in the 1848 Constitution that Liberia, in the preamble.
Oh, 47, sir. Not 48.
1847 Constitution.
Yeah.
Liberia was built on Christian principle. And when you want to read it, you put it in your own word.
Oh?
You put
No. Let me read it again. This is 86.
You say
January 6.
You say
I come in. No. Let us not mislead the people.
No, let me learn.
No, there's no landing here. There's interjection here. No, we have to.
You have the whole day to read it.
Oh, all right.
Say, because they put God in there, that they're talking about Christianity. And yesterday I told you a book written by Desmond Tutu, Bishop Desmond Tutu, the late bishop, said God is not a Christian. God is not a Christian. and because they mention God there, they thank God. It means that the Constitution or Liberia was based established, based on Christian principle. Huh? The man who wrote the Constitution, Greenleaf, was he in Liberia? He was not in Liberia. He was not in Liberia. Yeah. So no, you can come in.
Why it needs I know why it needs Thomas or Herbert Greenleaf. He wrote a whole lot of things, there's a catalog of inconsistencies, erroneous information, misspelling, false attributions, all contained in the works of Henry or Thomas Greenfield. Our history needs to be recorrected. And that's why sometimes when these arguments come about, the likes of me will go and do a quick research. We'll do a quick research. The crewmen that met the pioneer at the place and directed them from what you call Watersana. Who were the inhabitants in that area? It was not Gola men. It was Crow. Crow was the crewman. Bar Crow was the crewman that showed them the channel to the bay. It was a crew fisherman who sang. This very Crow was one of those that sang the Declaration of Independence. But the person who wrote the thing gave him a different name. Crow. But Crow. They gave him a different name. So we have to be careful when we're reading these Anglo-Saxon, Anglo-nized instruments. This is the same thing that people did to us. Instead of showing us African history, and I want to credit you on that when you bring in Egypt, the cradle of civilization. What did we learn in school? We were plastered, we were decorated with history that had no bearings on Africa. We never knew that our people were taken from here and become slaves. The Atlantic slave trade. It was not taught to us because the white men felt that we got our emancipation, we're a sovereign nation, and they could teach your trash. Those of you who know the computer very well, you say trash in, trash out. Good thing in, good thing out. So our history needs to be rebrushed, retuned, rebranded, rewritten. I come to one of my old teachers, Professor Dr. Say Guanu. If you pick up any works of Say Guanu, you come to realize some of the errors that a lot of errors that Greenfield made. A lot of errors that Greenfield, Samuel Greenfield, I think that is his name. Samuel Greenfield, I think that is his name.
I think the last name is Greenleaf.
Greenleaf, but I think it is Samuel Greenleaf.
Yeah.
We get credit for trying to piece. You know, the quill, when the quill is pie, sometimes the claw there some of the claw can be rotten claw. Some the cloth to just to make it beautiful. Since the quilt is like a mosaic, they put those pieces of cloth together. So that's why I think Samuel Greenleaf, that's what he did. Yes, we give him credit, but we cannot 100% rely on his works, just as we cannot 100% say our country is not a secular nation. Because when the 1986 Constitution was written, it desired to be like a mother with plenty of children. So the instrument called the Constitution of 1986 is an instrument intended to keep Mama Liberia and Papa Liberia children in one accord. Why? Because some of us come from the background of Bodio, some of us come from the background of Soceras, some of us come from the background of non-Christian, and we don't practice those things. Why majority of us come and do have the Christian religion background.
Mr. Numo, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I mean, our history is very important. Our history is, and just recently, people have been trying to, people have been trying to write the real history. I give Dr. Edward Dunn, I give him credit. I give Dr. Dunn credit, and Guanu writing book that Mr. Nippy is talking about. I have not read it. If it is in print, I would love to have a copy. But we need to, try to write our history, try to respect our history. Somebody I was asking, I think ARCHIE, I see how you call the American Liberians, and he called it some, the name I cannot remember it that he called, and he said how you call the American Liberians in Grable, and I told him the man who was the chief in Big Town, Harper, Benalu, the chief was Mene. So we call them Mene people. Main pay. Yes, that Mene people, that's how we call them. So that name go, even though some these people, some of them, most of them did not go to Neverland, but we call them Mene people, all of them. In Grable. Yep. So we have to learn our history. Sometimes it's painful, and I don't know why they are not teaching civic in the schools anymore. Yep. I think those things they need to go back to them and teach our children. Yep. Yep.
Mr. Numo,
Yes. Yes.
I wanted for all to listen to something just like what Mr. Nipe talked about. Also, as you talk about his history, then when we come from there, we go to the phone lines. When we come back, then we go over to something else, like
Okay.
the lesson aspect. I don't know how
Okay.
you, yeah. So let's listen to something. Every one of us, our listeners, and when we come back, we go to the phone line. Then we're done with the, you know, library were built on Christian principle and the fact that from this particular area, and we can make our decision. We don't have to argue about that. So can we do that, please, sir?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. So first we are there, folks. There, this is a bed to D4, and a bed to D4 is our regular and usual program that comes your way from Monday to Friday. That simply means that people are ready to educate you. So it's also up to you to listen and learn, also to make your point. We are discussing Liberia, you know. Another time we'll come up with the question that why the people that came, yes, say that the Liberia, the people that came here, the motto of Liberia today says the love of liberty brought us here. There were no people here. We'll talk about that. But today, let's listen to the one when we come back. We'll go to the phone lines, and then when we come back, we change the discussion point. Let's see. Mr. Novo spoke about the 1847 Constitution. So let every one of us listen to it carefully. Yeah, let every one of us listen to it carefully, and we can see what we're able to do. So if we are there, we like to say welcome. This is Top 105.3, the official voice of Teach Our People Communication Incorporated. Okay.
Yes, the 1847 Constitution explicitly uses words that show the founders believed Liberia was built on the Christian religion and Christian principles. If you read the very opening section, the preamble of the 1847 Constitution, the founding fathers put it in black and white text. Here is exactly what the 1847 Constitution says, along with what it means for the debate today. 1. The exact words from the 1847 preamble. Right before listing the laws of the country, the founders wrote their reasons for creating Liberia. They wrote that they were acknowledging with devout gratitude the goodness of God in granting to us the blessings of the Christian religion and political, religious, and civil liberty. They also wrote in the Declaration of Independence, which accompanied the Constitution, that they wanted to form a government where they could raise their children to understand the principles of humanity, virtue, and religion, and they proudly stated that the light of Christianity has gone forth from their new home. Because the words, the blessings of the Christian religion, are written directly in the 1847 document, people who say Liberia was built on Christian principles have the ultimate proof. The founders literally wrote it into the birth certificate of the country. 2. But did the 1847 Constitution make Christianity the official state religion? This is where the nuance comes in. Even though the founders openly loved and promoted their Christian faith in the 1847 Constitution, they still did not pass a law making it mandatory for everyone to be Christian. Even back in 1847, they built in protections for freedom of worship under Article 1, Bill of Rights. Section 3rd stated that all men have a natural right to worship God according to their own consciences, and no one should be bothered or stopped because of how they choose to pray. Section 5th explicitly stated that no religious test whatever shall be required as a qualification for civil office. This meant a person did not legally have to prove they were a Christian just to work for the government. Why this matters today, 1847 versus 1986. The presence of those Christian phrases in the 1847 Constitution is exactly why there is a political push by some groups today to change our current law. When the 1986 Constitution was written under President Samuel Doe, the writers completely removed the phrase, the blessings of the Christian religion. Instead, the 1986 version simply gives thanks to God generally and strictly declares Liberia a secular state, neutral ground for all religions, in Article 14. The takeaway: if someone asks, does the 1847 Constitution say Liberia was built on Christian principles? The answer is yes. It explicitly credits the Christian religion for the nation's blessings. But if they ask, did the 1847 Constitution force everyone to be Christian? The answer is, even back then, they left the door open for freedom of conscience, which eventually paved the way for the fully inclusive, multi-faith Liberia we live in today.
Thank you. So if you listen to that, at every one of us listening to that reading, you will understand that uh, the 1847 and the 1896 honor President Samuel Kyan Doe is
19,
almost
1986.
1986. Thank you. Is similar. But the fact that the door remained open, but Liberia was built on the Christian principle, but it was not a Christian nation. No, the door remained open from the beginning. Anybody can be. So this is what they declare as a secular nation, but it was built on the Christian principle. So I think we can go to the phone line, Mr. Numo. If anything, we can go to the phone line when we come back. I don't know what we want for us to look at because I talk about the recap, but if you have something new, if you want for us to continue, we go over to what we call, where the minister spoke about giving teacher lesson. Now the question will be like asking those of you that have been traveling, yeah. Or when we open the phone on the last time, other people said like, bro, now have a system, and I myself can say, we don't have a system, but we have human right, and we can come to the lesson aspect. Is it because teacher not having lesson? That's the reason. But I think we can go over the phone line. Your approval, not so. Then over to you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Good. So, folks, if you are there, we like to say welcome. Welcome to our Dare to D4. We are here tonight, and we like to say good evening. God bless every one of you that are with us. And if you are listening, I think you've been listening to us. Let's come to one conclusion. And what would be your talk when it comes to, yeah, Liberia issues built on Christian principle? And somebody would say because we wicked, we like this, so it will not be no. You come up with your own tonight. Somebody say maybe it's not written in the law. Come up with your own tonight. Let's discuss the issues and we understand everyone and we move forward tonight. And please let's stick to the topic. 2 minutes each if you will call. Let me recognize our friends and brothers that are following all online. Yes, indeed. Even though Chris Beware is on the platform, Chris Beware say we are moving forward. Yes, indeed. We have educators, we have our fathers, and are willing and ready to talk to us from Monday to Saturday, 6 days a week. From for us, it's from 9 to 12. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 4 hours. It takes somebody who have passion to do that. So this is what I said. We are moving forward. We'd like to say thank you. And let's go over to Moses Tawe. Moses Tawe say, good evening, comrade leader. I am following and you live from Disco Hill at my comfortable zone. Moses, thank you so much. We wish and we pray that you share the broadcast as Chris do and like and share. And any one of you that are listening tonight would like to say do the same thing. Let's go to the phone line quickly. Those of you that have been calling and we highlight you, we're going to call your name. Yeah, Monday. I think even at the end of the show, we will call your name. Let's just say Monday or tomorrow we'll call your name. Yes, and you come for your late. Okay, those of you that can always call. Yeah, your late, Turkey is here to build up your call card to be able to call. Yes, so you are highly, they I bet to D14 send something for you and we'll give it to you. Yes, and anytime we'll give it to you, when you call, you must be able to appreciate that. So starting from Monday, tomorrow we'll call your name. And starting from Monday, when you receive it tomorrow or day after tomorrow, which is Monday, before in the evening, you should be able to, when you call on a radio, appreciate, they are better to D14. So here is the rule and other things that are happening. If you will call 2 or 3 times in a week, yeah, 2 weeks, you can get something to, out of your stretch card in your phone, just to motivate every one of us to discuss the issues that are relating to Liberia. So if you are there, like hear you tonight, call on 0881 143504, 0881 143504, 0776 105 105 0776 105 105, and you're gonna be live tonight on a bed to D4. Yeah. What is your understanding? Some of our brothers and sisters, when they are calling, do your research while we are talking. Do your research. Let's go to the phone line and talk to Benjamin Zah. Good evening, Benjamin, and welcome on the platform. I beg to D4.
Good evening, praise be well, and good evening to everyone. Thank you for the show tonight.
Let hear you, my brother. What is your takes?
Thank you. You see, when it comes to the Christianity in the Republic of Liberia, all think that, hello,
Go ahead, you are live.
all think that, it is, American relations that they bring to us, to put away our own culture. But how you see, you see Christianity, because we discuss it in the Almighty God and Jesus Christ, the one who created the heaven and earth, the one whose image you were made.
Oh my word, we lost Zah. Zah, your points were well taken, and you need to call and do your climaxing. If you are listening tonight, like you 0881 1435 0776 105 105. If you call tonight, let's go over to the whether Liberia will be on a Christian place, but pair your research. Do your research. If we are talking, open your phone and do your research. Go on a Goku, read your constitution, and read your history. Don't just listen. Do your research, and you will be able that whether Liberia were built on a Christian principle or is a Christian nation or is a secular nation. You're going to understand. When we say secular, you're going to also understand that word secular. You're going to divine put it in the dictionary. So if you are there tonight, like you 0881 1435 040776 105 105. While we are with our caller, let's play our team song a little bit. Yes. Okay, before we go to the team song, let's go to the phone line and talk to this caller. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening. Yeah, this is Amos Williams, joining you from Caraville community.
Mr. William, let's hear you tonight.
Yeah, I want to know what proof that Liberia is a Christian nation. Because for me, I don't see nothing.
No, listen, Amos.
Yes.
Listen, Liberia, we are not saying Liberia is a Christian nation. We are saying Liberia is built on the Christian principle. So you need to do your research. Liberia is not a Christian nation, it's a secular nation. We have all culture, religion. You have Muslim, you have Christian, and you have traditional. So we are not saying Liberia is a Christian nation. Let's hear you.
Okay.
Thank you. Good. Thank you, Amos. I know you get it understanding now. Let's go over to Mr. Zah. Mr. Zah, welcome, Benjamin.
Yeah, thank you. At the continuation of the network.
Okay, you are most welcome, my brother.
So as I was saying, historically, we wasn't born at that time, but we were told. When Liberia was founded in 1822, we, the Liberia, we believe in our culture. Our culture was nothing about Christianity.
Okay.
And our culture was very strong. It was holding our people together. The unity, love, and peace were among us. Because every nation had their culture. But when the white people look at it, when we gain our independence, 1847.
You borrow it or you gain it. Let you go ahead, sorry.
They brought, the Holy Bible to us.
Okay.
And then they decided to put our culture away, and we lived by their culture. Because historically, we believe that the Holy Bible is the culture of the white people.
Okay.
So they brought their culture to us, and then we put away our culture.
Okay, let you hold you there. All of the cultures are all in Liberia. We have all of the religion and even culture. This is why Liberia is considered to be a secular state. Now, to your research as a young man and understanding and do your research, did Liberia were built on the Christian principle? Yes or no? And if you know, you can come out to say a little thing about that.
we was not built on a Christian principle.
Okay, why? Why you say that?
Thank you. Really being I said we was not built on a Christian principle because during the time of our forefathers, they used to go in the traditional way, not in church.
Okay.
Oh, you get what I'm saying?
Okay. Benjamin, your time is already finished. Thank you so much.
So,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Clemens, your thought.
they used to go in a traditional preach, not in church. And just doing our days, our father days, before they say church business can you go worship every Sunday they want things that. So even so sometimes what some of the things we be thinking of is during that time who recorded these things? And then Jesus got killed and that who recorded these things?
And now you want to go in the Bible. You want to go in the Bible. Thank you so much.
I'm not
Thank you. Thank you so much. We are talking about Liberia, 1847, 18 many year, all the kind of thing. People were already here. We were all together doing traditional, and they kind of take our people. We were fighting among ourselves. We were selling our brother to the people. Let's go to the phone line and talk to this cutter. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. What is your name? Where are you calling us from?
I'm Michael Gay calling from Doe Street.
Mr. J, I hear you.
Yes. No, our constitution was conflicting because the American Liberian scheme they just wrote things that they took from the state.
But your own part, you are American Liberia. Why you want to say? You which one? Are you a Blawi or Blabo or you get it? Because they said they met two tribes here, so Blawi and Blabo. So are you one of them? You are American Liberia. Let's hear you. So nobody confusing you.
I'm an indigenous Liberian.
Let's hear you. Thank you. Let's hear you.
Yeah. According to them, they said Liberia was built on a prison principle, and they left the whole thing open.
But your own body, you don't know nothing about the matter yet. Even when it comes to the motto, the love for liberty brought us here. People when I hear you were here, why you agree with that one? So
besides the love of liberty, even the president chair, see what they wrote behind that chair.
Okay.
Yeah. See what they wrote behind that chair. Do not forget the pioneer steering. Who are the pioneer steering?
Are we the American Liberia? For me, I'm a make. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, Russell.
Thank you so much. So, if you are there tonight, let's hear you. We are on the weekend vibe, and this is stress free. We try to remind you, do recap, but we are discussing the fact. Let's go to the phone line and talk to this caller. Good evening and welcome.
Yeah, good evening. This is Lehi Noaya.
Nehi Nuaya. Nuka, let's hear you. Welcome.
Oh, what I want to tell you is, by the grace of God, we are in this country called Liberia.
Okay.
And once you go to bed, you say, God, you will be on the next day, which is tomorrow. If you are awake, then you thank God.
Okay.
Forget about Liberia being a Christian nation. Wicked people, dangerous. I don't even know how to describe
No. Mr. Nuga, just wait, please. No, Mr. Nuga. Nehi Nuaya. Please wait. Let me just say this. The fact that I know you've been listening to Liberian history, that Liberia was built on the Christian principle. We're not saying Liberia is a Christian nation. That's it. That Liberia was built on the Christian. Simply mean those who came, they came with the attitude of God business, and even the declaration was signed in the church. The Liberia was built on according to why the little thing that is the question. If Liberia were not built on a Christian principle, say were not built when it was built on Christian principle, say it. So let's hear you.
Okay, I think I'm very, very sorry for the presentation. But what I want to say, the answer is no.
Okay.
Liberia was built on a principle or constitution.
Okay.
So I have a good principle means good man.
Thank you.
Because the attitude of other people brought Liberia onto certain condition we're looking at it. So principle, it means good man.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you so much. Keep listening. Yeah, I don't know. Even in heaven, say bad thing happening, or a bad thing happening. So you're that little wicked attitude business. Call on 0881 14 35 04 0776 105 105 0881 1435 04 0776 105 105. Okay. I think we can go. Okay, let's go to the phone line and go to Willie Cartoon. You're now forced, but you compare to do the right thing. Captain Doe, welcome. Let's hear you tonight.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Beware.
Thank you so much.
To you, good evening to the audience. And special weekend edition one to our professors. Welcome in class. All right, Chris.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for again bringing back this topic. Especially so all of the topics that were on a discussion during the course of the week. But in regard to this one, like we said last evening, that our constitution need to be revisited.
Okay.
On a serious note, there are some provisions within the constitution that need to be revisited by our lawmakers and put it as a referendum so we all can decide as a people and country. Because that's saying the love of liberty that brought us here.
Captain Doe.
Yes, sir.
Captain Doe. Captain Doe.
Come.
I beg you, let's leave that love. That one a different thing. Did Liberia was built on the Christian principle or not?
Okay.
Thank you.
I love the topic. It's been restricted. So, the question about Liberia, whether it was built on a Christian principle.
And you answered it yesterday, so that's why I'm saying today.
I'm coming. And my answer yesterday, I said yes, Liberia was built on a Christian principle, but Liberia is not a Christian nation.
Excellent.
Building it on a Christian principle does not mean it is automatically a Christian nation.
You're not forcing everybody to be Christian.
Because there were people, they met here. There were people, other religion was already here, like the lives of the Muslims. There were Muslim religion people here. So if you went in the hall to sign declaration, to sign documents in a church, and put it out there to say, hey, you know what? Since everything was done in the church, and the church is referred to as a Christian hall, meaning we establishing the thing on a Christian principle. Let all of us here do what is Christianity. Let be able to love one another. Let care for one another. Are we caring for one another? Are we loving one another? From the Christian principle. Because Christian principles say, love your neighbor as you love yourself. Love one another, care for one another. That's the principle of Christianity. Are we doing it as a people?
There where we have it. There where we have the problem.
Because it been said that our country was built on a Christian principle. Should we also infringe on the right of the other religion? The answer is no. Listen to the saying. It is not saying that, or they did not say Liberia is a Christian nation, bounded signed in the Constitution. No. But it was built, the level you and myself now, to implement it, to really prove to the world that this country was built on a Christian principle. By the way we're going to exhibit it out there, it is what we're going to do also that we show to the people that indeed this country was built on a Christian principle. But I don't love Chris. Chris don't want to see me. So we had that Chris to say, my country was built on a Christian principle. Okay, say was built on a Christian principle. Granted. Why can't you speak to your little brother Chris, bro?
I took 30 seconds from you, so you have 30 seconds, sir.
Is that Christianity? You're not speaking to your own brother, but you're asking your child that your country was built on a Christian principle. Is that Christianity you're trying to show out to us?
Okay.
Is that the principle that Christianity taught you? The answer is no. So let us just leave the whole topic. That's why I say our constitution, there are some other topics. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. But the cartoon, you're not forced, but you compare to do the right thing. And not just the right thing, but the more perfect right thing. If you are there tonight, let's take the last caller and we go over to the phone line and to our panelists. Good
Hello.
evening and welcome.
Once again, they know it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If you see that the of the
Please get closer to your phone. Like you far away from your phone.
I'm not far away. I'm not far away. Can you line clear?
Yeah, you are live now. Let's hear you.
Okay, if you say this, they control of all our attitude and behavior should be on a far Christian level. But now,
Is it what you asked?
all our attitude or behavior, because behavior is a word to change. All our attitude should be on a Christian principle. It is so because it's control of, according to what you are saying.
Mm-hmm.
So, Alomo Peter, Be Daddy, and all the other drinks that make people to go out of pay should not be made present. But everything here, they say the bread is the other is take it by, the other is no. Have a good night. A Christian nation. Have a good night. They know I want to keep.
Thank you. You are we appreciate you
No,
for
you
being part
got
of the
correct that. He talking about Christian nation. Christian nation. You gotta
yeah,
correct it, brother way.
Okay, yeah. No, he said that no, Liberia is not a Christian and not built on a Christian principle. But we're not getting it clear. But we are not saying Liberia is a Christian nation. We are saying whether Liberia was built on a Christian principle. Let's go to the phone line and talk to this Carol. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening. I'm Sawa Shafa. I call from the Military campus.
Thank you so much, our man. How is the area?
Yeah, not bad.
Thank you. Let's hear you
So
tonight.
I want to agree that Liberia was built on a Christian principle.
Okay.
As it is regular say, being built on a Christian principle does not mean Liberia is a Christian nation. It is clear.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, those that came, most of them were Christian.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the health facilities were Christian-based health facilities.
Okay.
In schools, all were Christian-based.
Mm-hmm.
If you look, most of the holidays, like the Good Friday,
Mm-hmm. The
it's
fast and prayer day,
a holiday,
mm-hmm.
fast and prayer day,
the unification
it's a
day.
holiday.
Mm-hmm.
So you have, maybe for everybody. So most of the ideas were Christian based. That's why they say it was built on a Christian principle. But it is clear it does not mean Liberia is a Christian nation because we also have other denominations here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mother Safa. Thank you so much for being part of the platform.
Okay.
Yeah, as that is one of that is the ball is from the Maywa Rings, school in Granger in the southeastern region. Thank you so much for being part of the platform. So I think we can go over to Mr. Novo and get to the color analysis. Yeah, Mr. Novo, you can take it from there, please. Mr. Numo, are you there? Okay, so let's go over to you. Mr. Christopher J. Nippe, let's hear you.
Well, I'll come on the back. The issue is settled on Hawa Shafar's contribution that we are not talking about it being a Christian nation. It's a secular nation, but all attributes, everything that is Christianized, Christian school, holidays, and all of these things are part of the Christian situation. And she pointedly said, those who came here, our brother who we sold, and then they return. God has a way of redeeming a people. These people were sent out by ourselves. And they came back to us. And whatever they got from that side, they brought it here. They were not white people. The one who led them was a white man. Eli Aries was a white man. The rest of them were Negro. That's why they say free Negro or free people of color. We have to be able to draw that distinction between a white man. The people that came were not white people. They were not white settlers. They were returned African. And the same thing is happening today. Our brothers and sisters are being returned to Liberia by the immigration of the United States of America. It's the same thing. It's the same formation that started in New York when Elizabeth, the Mayflower, Alligator, and all the people brought our people back. So most of the people were blacks, and most of them were Baptists. Most of them were Baptists, and some of them were Methodists. That's how the churches were structured in Liberia. You have the Baptists that came, you have the Methodists that came, then you have the Protestant that came, what you call them the Episcopalian, and the fourth group will be Catholics and Lutheran coming. All of those things point to the fact that the principles are being enhanced, but it is not a Christian nation. It is secular. It is a lady who born 7 children. Son of girl 14. She cannot meet her children with her breast. She cannot let one and leave the other, so she will bathe all of them and put them to sleep in fine clothes. And one of them said, she will be concerned. So the question should not be that Liberia is a Christian nation. The question should be, was it founded? Did they give birth? What did the birth certificate say? The birth certificate in the preamble states that there is no ambiguity. We cannot be jumping around here and don't understand our own history. I go to Mr. Captain Doe. You were trying to talk about the love of liberty, and the love of liberty brought us here. And you can find that in a book that I helped to with Dr. Carl Patrick Burroughs. Along the Salton Sea and the Kola Valley, or the Kola something, you will find that there, where we all came from. Like me and you and the Sapo and the Greywood people who come from the people they call the Azimu, the Bete, all of us, we are connected. That's what they call us the Kwa, the Kru people. So, Captain, we are not talking about the country being a Christian nation. No, to do that would be to hurt those of us who went to school together. We sat in the class together. They were our friends. They are still our brothers. But it was begun. The birth certificate of July 26, 1847 states that Bureau was birthed on Christian principle. Even though you got Mr. Wule, Mr. Kun, Mantane, Kolu, all of them sometimes they kill people. You find that in the home where you train the child and the child becomes a criminal. The father then train that child to go and spoil his name. So these qualities are innate qualities within human beings. And they come as time goes on, they evolve, they show out where the person demonstrates his true character. We come to Luca, I think Liberia was built on. I think he said, I didn't get it, but he said Betobo or something like that, which means wickedness. No, it was not being wickedness. We acculture ourselves to wickedness. We decided to be wicked. Example, besides the people who used to call both killer, we decided to fight each other. We decided that April 14, the rice riot. Then we came to 1990. That one there was uncontrollable. So we're not talking about Liberia being a Christian nation. To Maka J from Dole Street, he said behind the chair, he said, do not forget the pioneers' children. He's no longer on our chair there that Joseph was assisting because he's not a pioneer. He was never on the chair that Simon K. Dole sat in because he was not a pioneer. Neither was it on the chair that President George Weah and no one that Ellen Johnson sat in. They were not pioneer children. They were not there. People fix these kind of stories to annex them to the American Liberia to prove that angle that the people they say will not forget the pioneer children. I never saw it there, and I visited the mansion many times. We come to Amos Williams. Amos was trying to say something, but then Chris interjected quickly, and that said stop that talk. Benjamin Zah. Benjamin Zah will talk about American religion brought to Liberia. American religion did not bring us here. Christianity was not founded by America. Christianity is internationalized, just like Islam. You cannot say that they brought American religion to us. No. And then we go to Moses Tawi, the first scholar. Moses Tawi said, I'm following you. So he's following the program. I want to commend all of those who have taken up their time off their busy schedules to join us in the television and radio line. It is about our country. We cannot discount what the facts are. Because my father was a crippled man, and he born me does not mean to say I will be crippled.
Right? No. So put my phone back and get upstairs. I already did. Go upstairs.
And that I will be crippled.
Go upstairs. Well, you told me that I have to go down.
That I will be crippled.
By 5 o'clock. Back on the thing.
But the fact will be that my father was born of a crippled father. So it is similar to that. Liberia was given birth on the Christian principle, and Mr. Nipe's father was a crippled man. So there's no way you can deny that. If somebody says Mr. Nipe's father was a crippled man, and there'll be too many debates are coming in, as it is, that we are not saying it is a Christian nation. What Liberia was born on, or birthed on, founded on, or took its emancipation on the basis of Christianity. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Mr. Christopher J. Nippy, I'd like to say thank you so much, Dad. And we clamor this tonight. Yes. But let me go over to Mr. George H. Numbo. Mr. Numbo, are you with us? We are here when it comes to the color analysis. Mr. Numbo, if you are with us, if you're talking, you are muted. Yes, indeed. But however, if you come back, you can join or anytime, because we are not getting any signal from you that you are with us. However, I'd like to join Yeah, Mr. J. Nippy for, and I was even making that correction on that to the colors. We are not talking that Liberia is a Christian nation. No, we are saying that Liberia, the root of Liberia, it was all about Christian activities. It was funded. You can't deny that. Even when you look at the day we call Unification Day, those who came from who we call American Liberian Negro descendant, when they came first, they were doing things by themselves, and even the people they met, they were doing things by themselves. This is where Joseph, and the president, the estimate brought about that day, Unification Day, are starting to be corrected for us to work together, everybody to work together. So Liberia, the reason, if you listen to Mr. Nippet yesterday and today, is you can see your brother who come from there. Those that came from from the slavery home, they came with the idea that we need to work the way God wants us to work. We need to love each other. We need to live together as a brother and sister. We need to care for each other. But when they start to talk that was the idea. Even the declaration, there's a reason they carry in the church, all that kind of thing. But when they look around, they saw other people having their Santa Claus, having their traditional activity, and other people praying, they bending down, other people standing up, other people praying without sound. They say no. So we just hold it like that. They made the law, but the 1847 open door that tomorrow the law will give everybody everybody must do their own thing. So we are saying, if you look at the way Liberia came out to become Liberia, it was on godly activities, Christian activities. But Liberia is not a Christian nation, because if Liberia is a Christian nation, we're not going to have any religion within the Republic of Liberia. So on this note, I think our colors who call with the analysis, we have so many colors that I appreciate the idea, and I know that Liberia was built on a Christian principle, but Liberia is not a Christian nation. This is our argument, and I think it's clear for tonight. But before we go over to our next topic, let's go over to Mr. George H. Neville. Welcome back. I don't know what was happening. Thank you. You are most welcome. Let me mute myself.
Well, in the chat, I posted something. I said, no, I will be back, Chris. Right, you didn't see it. You were talking or you were taking calls, and I did not want to interrupt you. I read that this guy passed away, Dustin Wolocoli. And that's why I stepped away, to make some phone calls. And then from his party, I learned that he passed away yesterday. Yeah, he was a great man. He did well for the progressive. I mean, he served in a house. He wanted to bring credibility to the house, and because of that, they threatened him with 6 months suspension, and he was forced to apologize to his colleagues. And at the end, he said he would never want to run for elected office in his life. Yeah, but I'm hearing that he passed away. I talked with, he is member of the Liberian People's Party. I just talked with the chairman, and the chairman said yes, indeed he passed away. So that's why I was out. I was not running away from the discussion. The discussion will never end. So we can move to, if you have any other topic, we can move to it. But it was kind of shocking. He passed away.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Numo. Thank you, and other thing. That's what I understand the case, but when Mr. Wright was asking, he was talking. You call, he say you will be bobo today, and when Mr. Nipe drop, he say, oh, and so today we call you to that you run away. However, that's to say that we left for you the way you get talking to. And he was singing the song, you are bobo, you will be bobo. So thank you for coming back to us. And I wanted for us to.
Chris,
Yes.
you remind me of one of the three bamboo. When we got ready to talk and the color was calling, he said he can't hear and he can't talk, but he can see. So say he can, so say he can see now. He come back, he can see. But Dusty, our friend, died 3 days ago, almost 4 days ago. And to you, the LPP people, please accept our profound condolences. He was a firebrand politician, starting from soup, which landed him into the political limelight of the Republic of Liberia. And one thing I like about Dusty, he always kept his cool, but he was resilient. When he said he was not running for any public office or to be named to any public office, he kept his ground. He stood on his feet and he maintained his word. Unfortunately, his son was a deputy finance minister on Finance Minister T. Weir, who calls himself to it. So have our profound condolences, sir. Back to you, Chris.
Okay, let me also join you. They are better D4 family. Extend their condolences to the family of uh, the uh, the honorable and men who stand by word. We want to say have our sympathy. Thank you so much. So I want for us to look at we have a little bit of time, but I want for us to look at the lesson aspect from the Ministry of Education. Yeah, and this is the way. Anybody have their way, but this is the way I want for us to look at it. Some of us we started to go to school. We started school, and that was the right time. Well, our people, the teachers, every one of them were ready, and the parents were also ready. Where the teacher will grab you somewhere if you not go to school, and the teacher will discipline you. Even when you go to the house to tell your mother, you're going to be afraid, and even you will not tell your mother. And even when the teacher enter the house, you put yourself together. But now this day, our children and even the parents allow the children to do what to do, and they only expect the teachers alone in the classroom that have from 7 to 1 o'clock to discipline their children. And now in Liberia, we don't have a system. Yes, but we have human right. The student can take the teacher to the police station. Even the children can take their parent to the police station, and that teacher or the parent will be jailed, and that child will go and later come to the parent. The same thing. So when we have a lot of teachers that are in the system, some of them are 50 years, some of them are 60 years, and even 40, 30. And now they've been teaching, even though we have that, which is very good for us or the ministry to give teachers lesson. But other people with the lesson aspect, if you go on Facebook, even you go in the various teachers chat room and private chat room, you see that people will say that yes, because other teachers are not qualified. So I wonder for us to look at it. You know, you guys are our fathers and you guys are the panelists. You live in America, you travel different places. Is it the question is it the teachers in Liberia don't have the lesson because some they have their teachers, you know, the certificate. They have B certificate, they have C certificate, and they have AA, you know, in the teaching area. Because certain time came they drop all of the high school teachers, and all of them went for teacher training in Grand Jada. Some of them went to KRTTR, some of them went to Webber, wherever place that they have to go, and they came back. And now people are saying, since the minister talked about the lesson, as people are saying teacher are not teaching their children and they're not doing well because they don't have lesson. So I wonder for all to look at it. Mr. Numbo, let's look at it. Is it the lesson aspect in teacher don't have lesson? That's the reason our children are not learning? Or what are the other things we need to do when it comes to, you know, revamping and building the education system up in Liberia? Mr. Numo, Mr. Numo is over to you. Then from I told you you are the controller. I just, you know, try to link in the thing because I have our topic that's, but you the controller. I just a little boy now. I'm trying to learn from our father.
Okay, we went through this sometime this week. Some of us went through the educational system in Liberia 20 years ago. And those teachers who taught us, they did not have licenses. Some of them are just college graduates at the elementary level. You know, some of them were C certificate or B certificate holders, and they were teaching us. But the system, well, was by far better than what we have today. By far better than what we have today. So I don't see, you know, how licensing, you know, teachers will improve the situation. I was in St. Francis. We needed science books. And they ordered the books, science book, brand new. But even at the university level, they don't have textbooks. So the little thing that a teacher, you know, can remember that he from his notes maybe 10, 15 years ago, that what a teacher is still teaching. And like in Ghana they have licensing, and it's like at the university level, it's like university or professor, you have to defend your certification, your licensing in Ghana. They have it in Nigeria, but it does not work in Nigeria. The only place it works, the Ghana. And I was saying, or I said during the week, that what if we had 10,000 teachers and 4,000 pass? What happened to the 6,000? And Mr. Wright said, they should go and look for something else to do. Asking what happened to the schools. They said they should close the school down. That's kind of heartless. You have the people who are there now teaching. We don't have enough teachers. We don't have enough teachers. People that do go to teacher college. When they come out, they want to run for political positions. Yeah, they want to look for political positions because teachers are not paid. They are not well paid. Yep. So there are a lot of things to do. Maybe it can be done or concomitantly, but there are a lot of stuff we need to take care of. The first thing will be, taking care of the teachers, paying them good salaries, and you pay them good salaries. I don't think they will be in the habit of receiving money from students for grades. Or after the war, I don't know if they stayed doing it. They had a take-home test called bread and butter test. Anybody $5 or $5, $10 copybook, you put the money in there, and the student take it back. The grades depend on how much is in our copybook. So, how will the student learn? How will they learn? So we got to take care of the teachers. Number one, we got to equip our schools, including books. Including books. Here, I know you use the book here this semester. The following semester, a new book. Because the whole thing is dynamic. But we are dealing with books from the 60s, from the 70s. So we have a whole lot to do. To improve our system, we have a whole lot to do. Thank you. Let Mr. Wait. We don't hear you.
I say let's hold you there.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit. We'll come back to you. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Mr. Nate, let hear you. You've been following the conversation.
Yeah, this one I don't differ with him. Just as day is day and night is night. I just want to add something there And I call them missing the mark or missing the way. The Ministry of Education is missing the mark or missing the way. Before you start to administer tests to teachers, you must know, you must have studied. She has now reported to the people of Liberia that she has studied. She herself, she has studied what is causing the problem, as Mr. Noble outlined, where the children got their leg capable, they carry on the weekend and put $100 there, then that student has A. But when you're writing personal pronoun, he or I, they will put A-R-E to represent I. It's not a teacher, it's the student's listeners. It's not a teacher. It is parents don't care for. It is not a teacher.
Put the charger back.
The teachers want to teach. But in the absence of a good pay, all of the corrupt attitudes come into play. What would I do if I were the Minister of Education, paying on a budget of $88 million? The first thing I like to do is to identify what the shortfalls are. Does Liberia have a library, a central library where the children can go to? And if that answer is yes, then I will move on to another one. But if the answer is no, I will fight hard to centralize a library in Monrovia. And then in each of the counties, the 15 counties, I will build libraries there because our people are poor. They don't have the money. For the students, as we used to go to USIS library at the corner of Broad, the president said went to that library. Ellen Johnson said he said went to that library. At the corner of Broad and Ashmore Street, we could sit there and read. You could sit there and do your lesson. And they have subject matters experts there who help us to do our lesson. That is a direction she must concentrate in. 2, she has to look at the schools that she represents, of which she is appointed by the president, both the religious and the government schools. The religious institutions are up to date, but all the government schools, beginning with D12, going to Totmaha, coming to Jamaica Road, going to Newport Street, coming to right on Capitol Bypass, where she passes to go and meet with the president. That area, those areas are in a deplorable state. Some of those schools do not have decks. She must start concentrating on decks. That's some of the problems the students can have. Some of the schools do not have fountain water. The student cannot be in class and be running away through the fence to go and buy water. They don't have toilets. The student cannot be jammed to defecate, and there is nowhere, no urinal, especially for our female students. The girls, they don't have fitting bathrooms. You should concentrate on them. Then we move from there. What or how much do you pay the teachers that will sort of circumvent, stop, discourage them from receiving $10 US that will stop them from fixing pamphlets and selling it to the very students who have no books because there's no library, and sell it $25, $30 when their parents do not have money to pay for those things. So it's a dilemma. What would you like to do if you were the Minister of Education? Intermittently during the school year, especially during the break, those school supervisors I will have and ejected school supervisors to sit in the various classroom and see when these teachers are teaching at their various levels. Depending on the division, say, I will send them to workshop. I will send them to seminars. I will upgrade their skills by sending them to KROTTR, ZROTTR, the Lutheran Teacher Training Institute, build the similar ones in Grangita, in Kepamas, in Grand Cru County, in Buchanan. So those teachers in those sectors, they can go to the teacher training institution, even though they have been certificated with their BSc, they've been certificated with an A, B, or C certification. That is what I will do. And I will insist, like our teachers did, every day the student must carry homework. Because you go to Montreal now, you got more nightclubs than school horses. The nightclub has dominated the schools, where our young children, 12 years, they are dancing all over the place. As a direct result of that,
they have other things they call video clubs.
Yeah, that's why I'm coming to thank you. As a direct result of that, they stay their time in the video club and the dancing quarters. And in the morning, they just put on the uniform because they know teacher A, teacher B, and teacher C, like the fine girls. There should be a code of conduct. I will do that. Any teacher in Liberia, you pregnant anybody's daughter, you will never teach in the Republic of Liberia. You want to go to Ghana and do your teaching there, you're free to go. But you will never ever teach in the Republic of Liberia. Not only that, we'll make sure the law is too strong or the policy is too strong, it will gravitate into law. And sometimes you spend some time on the South Beach. When you come from there, it will set an example for the other teachers. What would I do if I were the Minister of Education? I will do what we call, they have a word for that, they say teachers teaching teachers, something like that. I will have people from abroad, teacher exchange program, okay. I will have teacher exchange programs where teacher from Nigeria, teacher from the United States, teacher from Uganda, teacher from Tanzania, they will come for something like 6 months, then they go. The good ones that we have in Liberia, we send them to Zambia, to their teacher training college, or to Gambia, to the teacher training college to perfect their teaching skills. Those are some of the things I will do. But I think on top of the 88 million, when there is no set program, our students will fall back. They will be out of school and pregnancy will increase. And crimes will increase because the girls are being pregnanted outside of the school domain and the boys are involved in crime because they are not going to school. So those are some of the things that I will do. And I think the venture will fail. Like we'll talk about the Putu Mountain, and I told you that the whole thing was going to change. And you see it today, the whole thing has changed to what I said. The venture will fail. It will fail. This Minister of Education, I think, has a fair sense of doing what she needs to do, but she should please look at those points that I have listed and concentrate, because at the end of the day, when the teacher takes the test, yeah, when the student going for government examination, they will have to pay. They will have to pay to be licensed. And for me, that would be a form of corruption. So let us study the program, study what she wants to do, how she wants to implement it, where she's going to implement this program, what the duration of the implementations will be, and then she can start flying her kite of education. And because it's happening in Ghana and it failed in Nigeria, she should study that as well. Why is Ghana carrying it up? And why has it failed in Nigeria? She should study that. Is it because of population factor? She should study that. What is Ghana doing very well that Nigeria has not done to cause it to fail? What is Tanzania doing and Nigeria did not do, but Ghana is doing, and Ghana is successful? So she has to look at a whole range of things before venturing to take the teachers out of the classroom. Because if she takes the teachers out of the classroom, all of those students that are now in school will be across the bridge, will be dancing everywhere in Swedu and all over the country, and our children will be backward. So I want to stop right there, and maybe Chris, you can add further on it.
Okay, Mr. Nippy, thank you so much. Our listeners are listening, and for me, what you said, I got it clear. It's very much important. I just like the way you put it. Yeah, I was the Minister of Education. This is the way I want to work. And Mr. Nimbo, or Mr. Numbo said the same thing, almost similar. One thing that I want to add is the lesson you spoke about it, Claire. The Ministry of Education need to upgrade. Now, if you come around to give the teachers lesson, and even majority of the teacher fail, you going to bring new one? To me, I would say no. Because even the reason for which you see more people are on the teaching field is because no job. No job. If there was job available, we have 2 to 3 different companies within Grand Jira County, and that are paying. Because other companies can come and work and they don't even pay the people to leave. They even leave a law on the ground. That one we will talk about, and we're going to bring all of the things up. And the teachers, that's the reason even private schools control government teachers. Because the private school are many. Why? No job, so everybody want to teach. Why somebody be teaching for 5,000? Why somebody be teaching for 6,000? Why somebody be teaching for 5,000 Liberty and $60 US or $70 US? How much is that? So what you talk about is just like the Minister of Education or the ministry need to work to upgrade the teacher. That is very important. If you look in the Republic of Liberia, especially in Grand Jira County, the schools that are here, government schools, I stand to be corrected for those of you that are listening. Besides Zweju Montulator, none of the school, the government institution that have teacher, a facility, that have teacher quarter. Somebody, you take them for Bazan, you bring them to Zweju, and they're going to be renting. It's not because they are from Grand Jida, so they have place to live in, and they have a family, and you pay them $6,000 liberty because they divided the teacher salary. They say we'll put some in US and we'll put some in Liberty. Then you pay them 6,000 Liberty, you pay them $80 US, $75, $60. Salary going down on a daily, on a monthly aspect. Salary going down. And teacher now know their fixed salary. That's his number one problem. Now, with all of the things that have been said, with the salary, with the teacher quarters, another thing I am looking at, the ministry alone cannot do it. This is why we have Teacher Parent Association, PTA. Now, most of our community have, the local radio station, have community radio station. Like the same thing that happening on ELBC. Every time people from the Ministry of Education come on board to explain. That's the same thing. If I was the minister, is to make sure that the local radio station always give a chance, or the ministry should book time that they will be able to be providing education for parents, how they can maintain their children. Because education not start from the school, but it starts from home. But now if you look at the education system within our various towns and villages, I live in Grand Jida, I live in Liberia. They only look up to the teachers. If the children come from the school, they do anything they want to do. If we have 100 parents within Grand Jida, 5% or 10% of them, I can say 10% of them, it too plenty, 5% of them only looking after their parents and children when they come from the school to say, ask them. Now, if somebody can call tonight, even Monday when we come back, when we come back, the children do their assignment on the school campus. Because why? The parent cannot help them to do it. We say take home. We say homework. The children come back on the campus to do it. When you tear that child paper, the child will get vexed and carry a complaint. And they say, why you tear the child paper? The ministry now working on that. The ministry also need to work on the parents, providing education for them on a daily basis. To say, oh, the parents have to be the first people to discipline the children. Doing our way, like some of us today, well, the little one we get and we learn that living by us, I want you to spy, and I don't know what they call spying in the first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade, even ninth grade. When I went to Bible Central High, there where I started to get an understanding about, to spy. Our friend used to tear the whole note they carry, we call it passport. It was looking surprising to me. But now, even besides that, our parents were not used to help to say, let me go talk for my child. Oh, teacher, and I want my child to fail, give them, they won't let them pass. The ministry even building the idea of making students to know that no student have to fail. Everybody have to pass. If I was the minister, I want to work on that if the children start to fail or try to discipline them in the various school, when the teacher gets good setting place at number one, the teachers, you have high salary, the teacher must have a teacher quarter every school. That one is number one. But if the parents are not helping to help, are not coming in to help the teacher, that means the education system will not work. Because the child will stand in front of you, the teacher. We on a fee. Will tell you, say, you know my ma, you know my pa. You can't tell me to do the thing here. My ma can do it to him, my pa can do it to me. So now what happened to the teacher? Human right. They will go on the board and just teach. When they finish teaching, they leave. When they reading, those who agree to read, after them, they read. When they reading, those who supposed to read after them, they write. Because any child read, if you want to discipline them, you punish them too much, they will take you. Even when you want to punish them, it becomes problem. So these are the reasons the Ministry of Education have to look at to see what we have to do with. Because we talk about, teacher salary. Like Mr. Nipe talk about teacher salary, talking about, a helping teacher, teaching teacher, getting teacher out of country and bringing them in to help the other teachers. Or you talk about, laboratory, where the children can go and read. The children can even read. So my point tonight is the ministry need to get in collaboration with the parents to join you people. They need to call the parent. The teacher parent association need to be strong, because they the one going to go to the school and ask the teacher. Say we have human right. If the child not performing and you tell the teacher parent association, they will go to the parent and say your child is not working. If your child not serious, you need to do something on your child. This is the way. But coming giving lesson, it's part of the code of conduct in the teacher document. If you give them the lesson, when we have 200 teachers in Grand Gita County, you bring about a lesson aspect. When the 200 teacher, 100 teacher pass, 100 teacher fail, where are the other people going to be like? And we have population. Other school contain 500 students. So my point to join you tonight is the ministry have a lot of work to do, and that work is to engage various radio stations, the local radio station, and also make sure that the PTA committee in Grand Gita in the Republic of Liberia be strong, because the child will defend the teacher and the teacher can do nothing. Just imagine in other school, when teacher teaching the children will chomp paper on the teacher, hey, when teacher turn around, nobody can talk, and you can't do nothing to that child. Even when you see that boys, they will be coming to you. So I want the ministry to get in connection with the parents. Any child not serious, let them talk to the parent, and the parent will be able to start to discipline their children. Ask Monday, ask Tuesday, when people call here, especially teachers, when they call, you will know that children, when you give them homework, they can carry back on the campus to do it. So I want to say the minister and her team, the lesson issue is good, is very important. They can bring it anytime, any hour, and I know the Liberian teachers, they are ready to do that, but they have a lot of work to do. Thank you so much, Mr. Numo. Over to you if you are there. Over to you. Let me see. As you want to do your talking, you can do your talking, and then you turn it over to Mr. Nipe. You do your talking, you climax it, you turn it over to Mr. Nipe, and then I take off home. So over to you, Mr. Nimbo.
Thank you. We need to do these things that we are talking about, like library, like books. I mean, current books. I'm not talking about books from the 60s and 70s or 80s. Current books. I mean, by time you graduate from elementary, Not so we'll be dealing with Liberian history now. But the math and science you learn, I mean, these things are universal.
Antoinette Banning, WhatsApp audio.
Sorry. These things are universal. And we have to, hurry up and join the crowd. I mean, the world was a setback, but every day, we cannot be using the world as excuses. We have people, with college degrees from teacher colleges we have in the country. What's wrong with us sending these people to advance themselves in math, science, physics, chemistry, mathematics? And what's wrong with a college graduate teaching elementary school, even teaching kindergarten school? But even somebody where B certificate does not want to go to teach kindergarten school. Yes. But when the money is there and we pay attention to training, it doesn't cost that much to send or teachers to, say, Rwanda. I mean, where you will pay more money is the rent. Maybe $150 to $200 for a 3 to 4 bedroom apartment. You think the Liberian government cannot afford that? I mean, these are people that are in service. You send a batch and they come back. They come with expertise. Even the textbooks that they use there, that they bought when they were there, they will bring those textbooks. And they will be teaching from those textbooks. I mean, physics is physics. Biology is biology. Mathematics is mathematics. I remember Mr. Nippin can correct me. Liberia sent teachers to Entebbe, Uganda, for training. Way back. It was Tuckman days. Why can't do the same thing? And some of the people, when they came back, I remember Prof. Snow, T. Blamo Snow. You were teaching at KRTTI. You went to Entebbe. So why we stop? So, maybe, Mr. Nippet can come in. Thank you. Because it's almost time okay, let Mr. Nippet, start with closing. I mean, let him come with closing because we got maybe 6 minutes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We ran just a recap of what we've done. We started with recapping the Liberia founded on Christian principle of foundation. And happily it was settled by various research information. And Hawa came in and shut the door on that conversation that we are not talking about a Christian state. We're talking about how it was established. And she said it so profoundly. And then we are now talking about the Ministry of Education with its 88 million. 88 million is not 88 cents. 88 million is not $88. 88 million, it is not $88,000. 88 million is not $8,800. Like 88 million is in the million. And it can do a lot of things. I think the president, in his wisdom, decided to accept 88 million for education because of the cry of the Liberian people to see that education is put on par with the rest of Africa. I have said what I would think is proper for her to do, or I thought it's proper for her to do. And I said it in the context that if I were the education minister, this is what I do. I think the question is, are the public schools performing better than the private institutions? Precisely the denominational institution? The answer is no. There is lack of full concentration when it comes to the public schools. It is mandatory that, as we suggest, that the Ministry of Education concentrate in that direction. In all aspects, we're lacking. Attention is shown to upgrade the educational system. It's a system. So you have to put a system into place to cut short the problem. And not test. Test is not a problem. There are many avenues where people can be brushed off because these people are qualified already. Giving them tests and asking them to pay for it, like students pay for wire examination, is not the way to go. What then will you recommend to the teacher? I would recommend, as I said, construct libraries. Libraries in all of the country. A $50,000 library or a $100,000 library will not be too much for the country. It will be $1.5 million. And you still have 87 million or 86 point something million to work with.
Hello?
The government schools, the public schools, you have to, she must look into the public schools, see what is absent from there, and put those things in. I see fire on the horizon, and trust me, I see fire on the horizon, trust me. It's not from the UP people, the soup people, but I see Tottenham coming with problem. I see D12 joining them. I see Newport Street joining them. I see Jamaica Road joining them. I see Jida Gibson joining them. And she does not want to give the government of Liberia a headache and make the children vulnerable to police arrests and other unusual things. So it is high time now that she start looking at those schools, including the University of Liberia, set into motion what she needs to do with the $88 million and do that as quickly as possible. Intermittently, during those times, she can have workshop, she can have seminar. At the end of the year, she can send the teachers for a brush up. Because the schools in Liberia open in March, if that the school time still going. So the teachers, when the schools are closed in December, they go straight to KRTTR, ZRTTR, Zwedru Multilateral High School, G Multilateral High School, Sando Multilateral High School, Teacher Training Institute, rather than multilateral. Teacher Training Institute. And have expatriates to come. Where do I hope the expatriates will come from? From Ghana, from Nigeria, and from East Africa. And for books in our library, you can intermingle the books. Get our books from Africa and sandwich them with some books from the Western nations. Because while it is true that we need to learn about ourselves, and Mr. Nubo said, mathematics are mathematics. And the people from Nairobi and those East African countries and Ghana and Nigeria, they are excellent in all of the subject matters. And last but not the least, bookstores. When we were going to school, we had on Benson Street. Then the administration is running now what called Department of Education, Public Instruction. Department of Public Instruction, then they went to Department of Education, and now it is Ministry of Education. She needs books. She needs a bookstore. She needs a bookstore. And she can decentralize the bookstores so students from Grand Gila can come running to Monrovia to buy books. It is easier for students from River G to go to Grand Gila, or students from River G from Grand Gila to come to River G and buy books than to fly all the way from River G or Zaza to come to Monrovia to buy books. And if she did that, if she take this recommendation, call it suggestion, call it advice that we are making, Mr. Nubo and I today, she will be in the history forever and ever that a lady did it, because I'm of the stronger conviction that whatever a man can achieve, a female can do that. Because most of my children are females, and I know what they were able to achieve. So I'm counting on her to forget about testing the teacher, because the day she is testing the teacher, the children will not go to school. She has to think about that. If she thinks to test all the teachers at J.L. Gibson in the 8th grade class, all the public school, 8th grade class, the students will not go to school. It's a waste of time. Whereas she can send them to seminars, she can send them to workshop, and last but not the least, do a teacher exchange program. So the teacher can be each teacher teach teacher. So if Liberian teacher went to the East African countries, no matter what other East African country they went to, and learn from there, they can come and help their colleagues to teach them. And I want to stop right there and say thank you to you, Mr. Host, to Mr. George Nubo, to Mr. Krumah, to Archie Wright, to all of our panelists, the people in the radio and television land. It's been a pleasure being with you. Thank you so much.
So much. So, Mr. Numo, I'd like to say thank you. And Mr. Christopher J. Nippe, our fathers, would like to say thanks so much for being on the platform. And to our regular listeners, this is how we like to go home. But before we go, let me remind my baby then. I tell you about my birthday business, and I celebrate it. I'm waiting on you people. I got me send my number to you. Yeah, I need to celebrate my birthday. So you're more try to labor away. You want to try to put yourself together. I want to celebrate, but it's my first time to announce.
Man, do not celebrate.
Babe, I say small. I beg you. I say small. So, Father Nepe and Father Nubo, you almost try to think about that. Yeah, thank you so much, folks. This is how we come to the end of the program. I bet to D4, and I bet to D4 tonight was so great. That is the weekend edition recap of what we talk about the whole week, and it was great. We talk about Liberia being, founded on the Christian principle, and that was so great. And also the education aspect. I think the follower of the Ministry of Education was Bishop called the minister, they listen, and I think they're going to extend the recommendation, the comments, and the advice to the minister. And it's for every Liberian. It's not about Mr. Nippe, it's not about Mr. Nimbo or Chris Beware, but it's not about Alberto D4, it's about Liberia transformation. I'd like to say thanks so much, and Baba, we off, and we're going to be back Monday, the same time, the same station. Have a great time. Mr. Nippe, Baba, and also Mr. Nimbo. Why you give you guys my request?
We hear you. Bye-bye. And please convey our regards to Alex.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Thanks so much.